Hey 24K family, what's up? Why do some people view a man who's 40 plus years old, who's never been married and never had children as some sort of red flag? I just don't get that. I don't totally get that. Why? I get it in a way. I do understand. I do understand it in a way, kind of understand it. It's like, it's like the men got this old and they never been married. They never had children. Something must be wrong with that man. I understand it in the basic of forms. I kind of get it in a way, but in the major way, I don't get it because that means that you're putting each man that's 40 plus in the same box under the same circumstances. And you're assuming that they all have the same circumstances or have had the same experiences, when that's the flawed logic that people use when they, in my opinion, when they say that a man 40 plus years old who's never been married, never had children is a red flag. It's things to this. It's like, you can't base one man on another man that's 40 plus and say that they have they have same or similar situations. While one man that's 40 plus might be out here for the 40 plus years he's been on this earth, might been out here just slinging meat, ain't trying to get married or nothing like that, or have a commitment or anything, or have to, probably ain't trying to do any of that. So, on that hand, that's, and you gotta delve deeper into his situation as well, because, in that hand, you got to judge him by the circumstances or his experiences, or how he has chosen to live his life. But you can't project that onto another man just because he's in the same age range as this guy here on this side. You can't do that. That's kind of messed up. That's messed up, in my opinion. That's messed up. That's messed up logic there. Because this other man who here that's 40 plus, he may not have been out there slinging meat. He may not have been there just being out there dilly-dallying with every woman that he could find. He may just have more discernment. He may have more standards, the woman that he wants to make his wife and to produce children with. That could be the deal right there. But some people don't take that into account. They just take the age. If he's 40 plus and he hasn't found a woman to make his wife and produce children with, he must be a red flag, or he must be gay. They just make this general assumption about a man that's 40 plus that's never been married and never had children. Maybe that man has never met or crossed paths with a woman that he's spiritually bonded with, or that he felt was the one the one for him. That could be the case. Or maybe he did find a woman that he felt that he can be with or marry or whatever, but for whatever reason, it could have been that woman's fault, or the women's fault that made the relationship not progress. See, we would have to know more about the individual relationships to make that assumption of them being a red flag or not. We don't know. In most cases, people don't know the full story of that man that's 40 plus, that's never been married, never had children. So, in my opinion, to make that assumption that they're a red flag just because their age and they're never been married, never had children, is kind of ridiculous, in my opinion. Wouldn't you want, how is that a red flag anyway? Because why would you want a man that's had multiple children by multiple women, or a man that's been married in failed marriages? You might find a man that's been married, but he's been married several times and been married and and had failed marriages, like 3 or 4 failed marriages. Why is he not a red flag? And having multiple children by multiple women, why is he not a red? He definitely should be looked at side-eyed and be looked at as a red flag. But you're gonna paint this man because he's 40 plus and never been married, never had children, so he shows some level of responsibility. You automatically paint him as a red flag. I don't understand that. And I would really love if someone would explain why a man that's 40 plus and never been married and never had children as a red flag. Why? I wish somebody would explain how is that man looked at as a red flag. You know, this puzzles me. I don't understand that, because I look at that type of man, which I am, and I fall into that category, 40 plus, never been married, never had children. I fall into that category. I look at us as someone who's been responsible, and they, you know, have discernment, and they haven't came across a woman that is a wife, point blank. Or they have come across women who they felt were their wife, but for whatever reason, it didn't work out to progress to that level. So how does that automatically make us red flags? You know, I don't understand that part. So if someone has a different opinion of, or they feel that if us and me and our 40 plus, never been married, never had children, are a red flag, could you let us know why? Could you give us a reason why you view us as a red flag in the comments below? I would really, 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 really look forward to checking those comments out. But yeah, that's what. And I just want to add, just because we're 40 plus and we haven't been married and haven't had children, that make us gay? How does that work? If you have a comment of that, or your comment about that, I would look forward to leaving that below as well. But with that, I'm going to end the video right here. Please feel free to like, share, and comment on this video. Also, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. After subscribing, please click that little notification bell in order to be notified of any new uploads from this channel. I thank you all for your support. I truly appreciate it. I'm out on this one. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next one. Peace. One love. Stay safe. Continue to be blessed.